Now we have a knife round. I I lament when you ask me to cast these knife rounds because it's just funny to watch. I love watching knife rounds just as much as I love playing them. But it is super critical to nuke. It's like it may as well be the most important round for the rest of the match. So we'll see how this turns out.
It's so true, though. The knife round could actually be the most important round on a map like Nuke. It's so weird to think of it that way. Look how passive they're being about it, too. It's like they know that. Well, they do know that, but you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean.
Know what I'm saying? Oh, wow. Dap's going to come down the stairs, tries to bait them in. I'm surprised no one came around from behind them when they went into the alleyway and tried to get some... Oh, this is a bit rude from Dazed, because basically he's waiting for them to put themselves out of position, and they're all playing the high ground, so... You have to come down eventually. Swag gets a Dren. That's your first one. Skadoodle takes Fugly. It's even all the way, though. Daps is going to go back into Skadoodle, and now they're going to rush in onto Daps. Dazed gets that kill. Hiko's going to make it one-sided. Another stat for that stat track, Tiger Tooth. But Nafly is going to even it up to a one-on-one, and Nafly, there it is, a two-on-one. The youngster, the 17-year-old, coming out with a double kill with that knife, and Liquid gets the easy start on the CT side, so if you bet your skins on XI by Power GX, it might have just got a little harder for you.
All right, I wasn't going to say it until now, but there's a reason that you're casting those knife rounds. Like, I'm grinning like an idiot over here. Like, I'm looking like I'm freaking shadow boxing my monitor, like, rooting for every single swing and jerking around the monitor. You know what, frankly? I have so much fun watching those. Naf with a hell of a clutch, and, AZK and Dazed. Falling short there, but now we're on CT side pistol, and we're going to see a standard spread here from the terrorists. Probably face some outside smokes and see what they can do in her, but I'll let you take this round away. Do the honors, my friend.
Absolutely. Nafly is already up on Catwalk. He's got one player down below. I'm not sure who that is. It looks like it was Nitro that was on CT Red, so they had double attention outside, but no one was there early, though they are there now, and Nafly continuing on with that skill he shows in the knife round will take down Swag with a one-tap from the USB. At that distance, that's quite impressive. And that'll put the first blood into the match in the favor of Team Liquid. So good momentum starter already, and they need this pistol to make it an easy start. But of course, iBuyPower on T-side needed even more. It's crucial for them because 3 rounds sometimes is all you need. As we saw in the last round match, pardon me, it was actually only 2 that was required. So pistol can sometimes be enough. As Dazed, AZK, and Hiko look like they're working lower. Dazed is going to catch out on Daps, gets the shot. Now Nitro's going to readdress that, but Fugly upstairs is still waiting, and it looks like the bomb was leaking in. Nice shot. A one-tap onto Skadoodle. That's going to slow things down, but I take it back. The bomb's already lower. I apologize. I thought Skadoodle did have it as he worked in through Hut, and they will get the plant, so money on the board, but it's all AZK in a 1-on-3. Fugly's going to try and bait him out just by faking it. Gets flashed out, can't find the kill, but Nitro's going to push, gets up beside him. An easy kill for Nitro, and they will get the defuse, so a great start for Team Liquid.
Team Liquid hype in chat. That is absolutely an excellent way to start out a match. The CT side against I hate making objective comments like a better team. That doesn't make any sense. We'll see who the better team is by the end of this match. But, I mean, I think a lot of people out there watching this match can say, well, you know, GX is going to win. Like you said, we went over the predictions earlier. 16-11, 16-10, somewhere around that ballpark. The Team Liquid taking the first knife round, and they pissed around a boot on CT side. I mean, Nuke is one of those maps where, I mean, momentum is everything. We've talked about it all night. But when you actually have it in your hands as a CT, I mean, it's running into the T-side half, anything can happen. Absolutely anything. So good for them taking that first round, and now it all comes down to anti-ecos until that first gun round. Adren picking one up on AZK. And Dazed on the Nitro. He's already down Secret, and we're going to see, I think, well, that bomb is on Skadoodle currently, and he's waiting in Squeaky. I'm waiting to see whether or not he's going to choose to go down vents or possibly go through upper and just try and sneak a bomb plant. But the CTs have already gone full rotation, so some of them are down lower, and some are just spotting that outside. Naf down there by Secret. And it looks as though Hiko and Skadoodle might pop out up here at any minute. Adren just spotting the outside, not seeing anything. And there's Swag, gets dropped by him, and suddenly it's a 3-on-4. Dazed with 4 HP, Skadoodle in Squeaky room still, just waiting, biding his time. Dazed gets dropped, and now it's time to make the move. As Skadoodle is staring at that door so anxiously, Hiko just biding his time in Hut. And
see if he pushes through, because Naf
I think he will.
there.
I think he will, but I think he's going to get dropped by Naf right away, and it'd be pretty critical if he got down this vent, but he's not. Dabs drops him. Hiko picking up a huge kill on a Nap, and it gets a second on a Daps. Might have been a fail there by Daps, but 2 huge kills from Hiko, picking up excellent eco round frags, and 2-0. Not a bad start for Liquid. Some deaths that may or may not have been critical to the economy of Liquid further down the road, but good start by them.
Yeah, fantastic start. I mean, if you look at GX, their record over the last 3 seasons on Nuke is 12-1, and their only loss came to Titan. In fact, they've done so well on this map that in Season 16, after the Anger and Swag swap, when they swapped rosters from Complexity, they were down 12-3 after the first half T-side and came back to win that match handedly, without a question on the CT side. So they are a very good CT team and a very good Nuke team altogether. Liquid needs to get these rounds early because any early advantage just makes it that much more of a luxury later on the map. Nafly still up inside the rafters right now, looks towards Squeaky. Hiko there, not going to make much of it as he blows out the door at least to get some vision in toward Mini, but he won't be able to find Nafly as he sits up above still. He's going to smoke that off too, so he's going to counter that immediately. He's actually going to nade out the door this time, so when that smoke goes away, it'll be free rite of passage and full access all the way. Adren, interestingly, has fallen all the way back to CT spawn. And trying to look for another angle as Dazed will work from Red Radio right now. Oh, he turned around. I think he thought that was a flash, and as a result takes twice as much damage as he might otherwise from that nade, but he does get the headshot onto Nitro in the end, and that'll be your first blood on the round, but the HP is Grimace on the GX side as they sit low. And as they walk in, Fugly's in the corner, but Hiko responding on one onto a Dread. Nice shot. Fugly's still there, going to peek out, get a double now, make it almost a triple. Yes, he will get swag in the end as the bomb goes down, so a 3-on-2 as it's all Fugly's work, but AZK's come from underneath, and he's gotten around behind him, but Fugly's aware of it. Fugly knows the call's there, but still can't get the kill as AZK evens it back up, grabs the bomb, and they will head all the way into lower as he works with Skadoodle. And Nafly's already down there, but the time's out. They didn't make it. They didn't get there in time, and they're going to have to hold on to their guns because that's going to hurt their economy massively.
Yeah, after Fugly dropped those 2 kills, it was like, oh, God, we got to go into a lower bomb site where there's people. Obviously, the rotations have already come. You got to go get the bomb, and then the time was just so low. They elected to just sit there on that ramp and just hold, and correct choice by them. They're going to be working to a broken buy. They have some CZs on hand. It's official. People are switching back to the CZ. I still hold the Tech 9. I refuse to switch back, but Dazed and
to accept they rebuffed it.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it, actually. Let's just skip the subject. But, you know, not a whole lot of nades either. This is just going to be down to pure AMC if GX can whittle the money down from Liquid some more, as they will be working into the buy bonus. That's probably why they elected to do that. Smart call by them. And you know, as rounds go, if you force in the 3rd round, you have to save the 4th. But they do have armor almost across the board. Hiko has an AK with no armor. Interesting choice, but you know, working for that jump. Who was it that just dropped? Did you see that?
I didn't see who that was that dropped, but Dren's coming out on Heaven right now, and Skadoodle's already holding that angle. Lucky to get away with that one.
I think it was Skadoodle needing to work on his KZ skills, but. Yeah, they have full outside control on a broken buy. They're going to be boosting into Heaven. This is like some Season 12 madness going on right here. This is critical. This is AZK and Swag going up here. They're going to get a kill. They have to.
And they do so as AZK will get a Dren, and as they are both up there, they'll boost him all the way up in Sword Heaven as well. So now they've got a good sight overtake onto upper if they can continue on, and the second player will jump up the ladder as well. Hiko's going to lurk down, and Hell just trying to find one as we swap it over, and AZK will get the kill onto Nafly, but Nafly got a huge double just before that, so it wasn't as easy as it might have hoped to be for GX, and now Nitro responds to AZK, and that means they're back to even again, and Nitro will pick up one more on Hiko, so the advantage goes the way of Liquid as they held onto a site that had no rights being theirs. The bomb did rotate to lower as a result, and it will get planted, but immediately will be defused.
And, you know, you talk about game of inches and how close these matches can come down to the details. Nitro just a half-second too late to stopping Swag with that bomb plant, and you think, oh, well, they would have had money anyway. Not necessarily. They forced up a lot of money that round, and now they can afford to buy again with nades on some players. No op in the hands of anybody, but now you have 5 AKs and armor across the board for the terrorist side. So now this round may as well be just as big a threat as the last one. And you're working on a limited budget yourself. I mean, they have a full buy, full nades. But if they lose this round, they're going to be on a double save. The CTs are. So it's just unfortunate for Nitro that he didn't get there quicker, and very fortunate for GX that they did get that bomb down. So an aggressive outside hold as they now are going to be falling back. Is the counter-terrorist side holding up the terrorists there at the big box. No op in hand by any terrorists either, or either team for that matter. So on this 5th round, Skadoodle spotting one out on the rafters. That's Nitro falling to him. And Adren coming up secret there. He does spot one, whiffs a shot, finishes it off. That's Skadoodle. 4-on-4 situation. And it seems as though this might be a ramp split altogether, but AZK and Swag working their way down secret with that bomb. Daze working the ramp very slowly. And Adren is already down lower, so it's not a serious threat. They know that they're outside somewhere, but they don't know that Hiko is still in Squeaky. And it looks like Fugly's dropped and rotated already, and Daze is going to run into no resistance at ramp.
But he's not going to head that way. They're actually going to fall back out of lobby and try and address the upper bomb site. So interesting choices. As you said, he did have that free take. Just a score update. Things get heavy, and upstairs, actually, AZK is going to get dapped. Snapfly is going to take down Daze, and it's even because they've all got a kill on the board, and now we are in another 2-on-2 situation, as we've seen ourselves in before. But the T's have full control of upper. They're going to go ahead and plant that bomb. Adren's going to come up, but Fugly actually bails him out as he takes down Hiko, and I said he had to be on fire tonight and step it up. Well, he's doing so far. 7 kills, he leads all fraggers, and that's going to make it 4-0. Liquid doing strong. Before I let you chime in with your evaluation of the round, Denial took the first half 10-5 over Elevate, so that's your update for that match.
You met Fugly at LAN, didn't you?
I did. He's an awesome guy.
Hilarious, really nice guy. Love him to
They're
death.
actually streaming now, by the way, so if you want to get to know the Liquid players better, you can watch Fugly and Nitro were on last night. I'm sure all of them will be online soon.
Did you just plug someone else's stream other than, I don't know, ESEA's or myself? I'm done with you.
What do you mean?
Shameless plug. Do you work for them or something? Are you?
No.
Is this how it is? Oh man. Liquid now working into the 6th round. Can I just have it around this one?
You can. Go for it, buddy.
Adren spots one outside, and that outside cross gets spotted immediately, but he takes significant damage and does not pick up the kill on the Skadoodle, so they trade damage, no kills on the board yet. But now the GX squad, well, there it is. AZK just walled Adren. Beautiful shot from him. Naf picking one up on a Hiko. And Hiko is their traditional lobby anchor. You will always find him in that squeaky room. Occasionally he'll move out, spread his wings, move into hut or back lobby, but he's always going to be there on any of these strats that they run. And he gets dropped, so now they know the rotation can come clean, and that's Fugly picking one up on the Swag. Naf in the vents there, taking some damage from Dazed, and now, you know, Fugly on that ramp being a rock right now, picking up a lot of different frags that are key to the round. Nitro picking one up on an AZK, that's a bomb down, and now it's a 2-on-3. Nitro picking one on the Dazed, make it a 2 on the Skadoodle. And that's 6 rounds in a row for Liquid, and GX, I hate to say it, but none of these rounds have been overly close. This has been a pretty decisively Liquid game so far, and the buys have not even been against GX's favor. They've had the bomb plants pretty regularly, but this is going to force a first real save out of them this entire game. First real save. Well, I lied. They have armor.
They went for some pistols, so... But only 2 players with armor. AZK with head armor, as with Dazed. AZK with the Tech 9, Dazed with the P250. Actually, there's 3 Tech 9s out, and a CZ for Mr. Swaggerino. We'll see how he chooses to play it. As Nafly came around from mini, was out there to support if they did choose to go outer, and now he wraps into the upper site, but that's actually not where they're going to be either, so 0 for 2 on his guesses, as they will work it in toward the ramp right now. Hiko and company sitting in behind this smoke, Dazed out in front. We'll see if he's your entry. It's going to be a Dren that they push in on, who does have the op, tries to get the first one, does so, looking for the second on Headshot Box, not able to connect, and that forces him to fall backwards, but Nitro's going to pick up that double, and now Fugly just walks in from Turnpike and immediately takes down AZK and Swag, so 7-0, Liquid playing lights out right now.
Yeah, I mean, man, like, I think a lot of the play on this map in particular, like, the way the North American meta plays into these late ramp takes and outside control early, it's kind of been a little new, I guess you could say, in the past few months. It hasn't changed a whole lot over the whole course of the game, but what you see here is Liquid shutting down those late ramp takes that are traditionally, you drop, you don't contest there, but that eco was purely on Liquid's favor. Did he just shoot him through full smoke?
Through full smoke, just knows the angle, nailed him on the side of the silo. And now Skadoodle's going to find Nafly with the AWP. By the way, Skadoodle, he's only got 3 kills, but if that op can come out, he can be, well, everyone knows what Skadoodle can do with it.
Maybe that's what we haven't seen yet from GX, is Skadoodle opping, and that's why this has been going in Liquid's favor. And that could just be the catalyst that it takes for GX to come over a hump. And, well, Adren answering on days, but over peaks there, falls to AZK. And now it's a 2-on-4 situation. Make that a 2-on-2 as Nitro picks up 2 huge kills, make it a 1-on-2. Nitro all on you for the 4K, my friend, as he's locked down behind that bomb site. Knows where they are, picks up 1 kill, runs out of ammo, and now it's Skadoodle in a 1-on-1 versus Nitro. He has that up in hand. He's... oh, they're going to run into each other any minute now, and that's Nitro with a 4K and a 1-on-2 to boot. Oh, man, Nitro. Nitro and Fugly just playing absolutely nutty. Matt, what is going on?
I don't know. That's just insane. I mean, Nitro looking for the revenge of being a victim of the NA shuffle, perhaps. Paying back the team that brought him in and threw him out like dirty laundry, and he's airing them out easily right now. 15 kills. He now easily surpasses Fugly, who sits on 10. And, I mean, I said it at ESEA land. The guy could easily be the top player in NA in the next 2 to 3 years, or maybe even sooner if he keeps playing like that, so... great start for him, and great start for Liquid. They still look for Hiko, who's going to try and work it through Squeaky right now. He does poke out a bit of a hole in the door to try and peek through, but no one on the other side of it, so they're going to have to readdress the situation and try and find something other than that to get a pick. AZK has gone up on his Tweaky. As you can see, they're going to double smoke it to outside right now. No one really playing in big garage. In fact, the only one even close is, well, no one, actually. I thought Nafly had rotated out to the catwalk, but he's not there. Nafly's actually going to rotate down and drop through vents to try and get another angle, but Nitro's going to be the first around. Adren's walked out onto Heaven with that op, got 1 onto Swag, and now Nitro will at least push forward onto the stairs and get 1 on Skadoodle, but he fell back kind of prematurely, and Dazed caught him out for that. I think he could have held the angle a little bit longer, but now Nafly will at least avenge his teammate as Hiko and AZK, the only 2 left, drop as quickly as I can make mention of them, and that's going to make us 9-0. Hard to believe we've got a goose egg on the board for GX.
Hard to believe. I absolutely in full, I don't even, speechless, really. I mean, just 9-0, and the way they're playing the rounds is really what's spectacular to me, because the one round that they faltered, really stumbled onto their face, was the Nitro clutch, and that was, you know, hands and feet above everyone else's expectations for, I think, individual play. But man, I mean, you're right. This is 9-0. iBuyPower, sorry, GX,
yeah, no
not looking on form right now. True that.
The other thing I want to say, just as we see Adren running out carelessly with the bomb, make note of, but with the pistol toward radio, that on my point about how well Nitro can play, as AZK does at least get 1 with the Tech 9. He might get 2. Nafly missing his shot, so this is now potentially doable as GX have got the bomb upper, and they found 2 kills that I don't think they should have had either way. And now they're going to try and hold on to the site, and it might be an eco of all rounds to be their first one on the board. Cinderary will go out. Now they're going to flash off into HUD. Adren's going to get Hiko, but AZK's there to back up his teammate as they were both holding that angle. Skadoodle's going to walk in, and they will close it out as Skadoodle gets the double. My goodness, an eco round to open things up for the scoring of GX. 9-1 going to be our score, but to quickly go back to my point, what I was saying about Nitro being so solid, he actually led all fraggers, everyone that was at ESEA land with 283 in December. So
I think when we open our mouths and I think put people on the pedestal and praise them for doing things correctly, and overall just exclaiming at how amazing something is, it will ultimately die, as we just saw Liquid happen. So don't get a puppy anytime soon, Matt. But
I have a puppy. She's angry at me for not letting her outside right now.
Well, let her stay angry. We have a match to cast, my friend. This is a big round for GX, as they, I mean, they have an opportunity here to string some momentum. Oh, there's Swag picking up a great entry onto Nitro. And if you get 2 rounds here, you work into the rest of this half, you have an opportunity to start breaking down Liquid's money and actually force him onto an eco. And suddenly that 2 or 3 rounds that you hope for, perhaps 4, can become 5 or 6. And if you're going to start it anywhere, start it at 1 round, hit up 2, and then, I mean, that's a combo, bud. But I don't honestly see them. Well, there it is. Fugly already dropping down lower. Adren able to catch the rotate and picks 1 up onto Swag. And suddenly this is a 3-on-4 as AZK drops Adren just after he picks up a kill of his own. And you gotta wonder, as they are going down lower, where will the contestant come? And Nafly gets dropped by that lurker and Squeaky. He literally never leaves there. Hiko still in Squeaky, still in Squeaky. And there will be no retake, as it seems Fugly is just going to Rambo out of the Toxic, picks up one, and then closes the door. And now it's a 1-on-3 from that Toxic door. He actually picks up one on AZK, and suddenly this might be doable as he picks up another one on a Hiko, and it's him for Skadoodle. Skadoodle picking one on the Fugly. I was jokingly saying that he was going to run out of Toxic and kill everybody, except he ran out of Toxic and killed everybody. So Skadoodle, good way to hold on to that round and pick up their second. Fugly, a valiant effort, my friend.
And all I said is that they needed 3, and if you remember Liquid against Cloud9, they didn't have the best T side, so, I mean, this is far from over on a map like Nuke. We'll see exactly how it's going to play down as things continue to unfold, but don't count yourself out of it yet if you're a GX fan. There's every opportunity for them to work back into it. Nafly is going to head up toward the ramp, onto the rafters. And actually, he's going to change his mind and head back outer, so see if he can find something with his teammates. Skadoodle back in toward lobby, is working with Hiko rather passively. Doesn't have the op this time. They've given it to Dazed, so that's an interesting call. Dazed obviously making the calls for GX, has decided to say, hey, I think I can do perhaps a better job, or if they just want to try something different. He'll work toward ramp with that, so interesting angle. Actually, they've swapped it back, so they have given it back to Skadoodle. That's pretty interesting that they changed that on the fly. Why might that be? Why would they consider that? Why not just let Skadoodle hold that same position as opposed to giving the gun away to Dazed?
Dazed has this thing. He's you always have one teammate, and it's like someone who thinks and truly believes that they're an opera. And then as the opera on the team, you just have to begrudgingly give it to him every once in a while to just appease that addiction. I think that might be what that is right there. But there it is. Skadoodle picking one on a Daps, and Naf getting dropped by Swag. And suddenly this round might be coming to a close, but Nitro picks one on the Daze before he's dropped by Hiko, and suddenly it's 9-3, that 3 rounds that you were talking about. Here it is, my friend.
And the bomb plant to boot for Skadoodle just to get that extra cash, and of course for him as an opera, that's important. Yeah, it's interesting, and Dazed has been, I mean, Thorin wrote a great article about his aggressive style of leadership, where he's a leader who can also frag. He's not scared to call people out for being, you know, subpar in a specific game. I can't specifically say that Skadoodle's been subpar when he's had the op. Maybe his frags are a little down for where you might expect, although he's got 7 and they've only got 3 rounds on the board. But, yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things that Dazed is so aggressive as a leader. I could totally see him just being like, give it to me, I'm going to do this, I got this. Like, so, mentality differences perhaps from leaders there. Swag trying to work out past T-Red. Gets shot up from both Catwalk and Big Garage, down to 16 HP. He'll fall back, as he doesn't want to drop down early in the round. If he can at least stay alive, it'll give him an advantage. Keep it 5-on-5 side right now, but Skadoodle walks out. There it is, as he's got the AK this time, and Dazed again has the op, so Skadoodle doesn't need the op in this round. He'll walk out, make quick work of them, and now Hiko coming through Squeaky will take down Nitro as well, so the bomb goes down, and now it's going to be 4 straight rounds for GX if this closes out as it starts, so maybe they found a hole in the defense. And yeah, look, they're going to swap the guns back now late in the round. That's interesting.
Nope, he's throwing the AK at him, and he refuses to drop it. Oh, he finally does. That was funny to watch.
Yeah, I wonder if there's actually... Oh, Fugly's going to at least catch AZK. And Dren's actually got Swag. That bomb's been ticking for quite some time, though, so I don't think they're going to go for this even still. But at least they've got a few guns out of the terrorist's hands. And oh, watch out, because coming around from Locker, there's Hiko. And Hiko with the spray down will get the kill. So Fugly is all that remains, and they're going to pursue onto him. I wonder if it's actually a bit of an argument. I wonder if Dazed is taking that op and forcing the issue.
I'm not even going to address that, but I mean, 9-4. Here's GX rolling with that momentum. We might see 9-6 by the end here because, well, hit tab, my friend. Liquid is close to broke, so they're at least going to give up 5 here if all goes to plan as far as GX is concerned. I'd really like to. I mean, you kind of talk about like entry fragging with the op. You saw Skadoodle just fly out of upper uncontested and kill somebody rotating up through heaven. Like, I think that was just incredible timing from GX. Liquid was, I think, first over-rotating outside. They threw fake smokes out there and drew some presence, over-rotated to lower, and then at the last second tried to rotate back into upper, and Daps was caught alone. And if you leave teammates alone at upper like that, I mean, it's very tough to hold upper with 2 people, let alone just 1. So I think GX just was very fortunate in the timing of those rotations, and so it forced Liquid onto this eco. I don't even know. I mean, it's possible if they can get 1, but Hiko is in T-spawn, watching for that flank from Nitro. And Adren and Fugly just
That's
hoping.
frustrating for Nitro.
Yeah.
Like, why would he be there? You're not thinking about it, and all that does is frustrate you because you think you've got a play materializing it. It's all for naught.
Yeah, I mean, the fact of the matter is, like, moving forward, Liquid, I think, as a game plan goes, right? You're a CT team on Nuke in this scenario that I'm throwing out there. And you have, everyone plays their own spots, and you scrim the map a lot, and you talk about strategy, and Fugly picking one on Mahiko, that's vengeance for Nitro before he falls to AZK. You have a game plan, and then you scrim it, and you practice it, you refine it, you practice the details, and you come up with solutions to the problems that are presented in those scrims. And then you play out a match, and you're playing somebody that is playing perfectly against, or at least it wasn't necessarily at first, but Daze has called this team to exploit the weaknesses in their setup, and you're not adapting. And now there's 5 rounds on the board for GX. Liquid has to come up with a solution and refine their defense and seal out this half for a respectable half on CT.
And it's 5 straight rounds at that, so it wasn't like it was one round that they finally grinded into it. It was one round that they figured it out, and now they've just been exploiting it. Skadoodle does have his op this time. He's on Twinkie. We'll see if he can find anyone out there. There's no one really outside. They have to give a lot of stronghold toward that secret stairs. They're actually playing it more of a rotational position where they're coming through secret as needed, but all the attention's upper because the last few rounds, that's where it's been, and he's going to make the jump over to Twinkie as well. Join his teammate as they hang out up above and wait for one careless Liquid player to show their face. Nafly is not going to do it. He's the one on top of Hut right now. Daps is going to support him from up above in the rafters. And EZK continues to try and spam. We'll see if he can hit anything at all, but it's all patience here. 40 seconds on the clock, so iPower is going to have to move quickly when they do and execute with precision because Nafly, again, still inside that upper site. Nitro's actually, yeah, that smoke, that Molotov didn't go far enough. That smoke's going to put it out immediately. So Nitro's just sitting there waiting it out, but watch out because I think Daze knows he's up close. He does, and Daze gets him with the no-scope. So Nitro's down and out. That opens up ramp, and as they kill Adren from Turnpike, now they've got a huge opportunity to work downstairs, and Liquid's going to have to be on their horses quickly. All they need to do is shut them down for 10 more seconds. 14 on the clock. That smoke's out, though. AZK's going to get the plant, so forget that idea. They've got to go for kills, as Fugly is going to get caught by Swag, and Swag's going to run through, continuing to fire away, and will get Nafly as well, and that's a complete mop. 3 players stay alive despite how fast that happened, and it's a 9-6 half from what started out 9-0.
Yeah, you got to hand it to GX for bringing this back as hard as they have. We were at 9-0, and then our caster's curse went into full effect, and I said, no, you said, well, I'm not putting the blame on you, but this is what you said. I can't believe we have a goose egg on the board.
You're right, I did say it.
And 30 seconds later...
Hiko heard me.
He heard you, all the way from T-Spawn?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why he was waiting for Nitro.
Bless his heart, both of them. All right, here we go. This is, okay. Do you want to know what the most important match in a Nuke match is?
Most important round is the second round T-side pistol.
No, it's the knife round. You know what the second most important round is?
I'm done. I'm not playing this game anymore.
It's
a
the
trick
first
question,
pistol.
And I don't like you.
The third one has to be then the second pistol. So I honestly think Liquid can bring this back. I mean, they're not technically down, no. But as far as momentum goes, they are very hurting. Very hurting very bad. Something along those lines. English. 9-6. You want to get this T-pistol and you want to anti-eco correctly, make it a 12-6 decision, and work your way out and grind the rounds out from there. But T-side pistols are no easier than CT-side pistols. This is a little bit of luck, a lot of hitting your shots, and just getting the trades when necessary. So we have a full down secret, excuse me, just 4. We have the number 7-man Fugly lurking here in T-lobby with a CZ. The rest are down secret. Probably going to use that one smoke on Daps to plant the bomb. As we have them working towards control with the bomb in hand. And the rotates start to come from the CTs. They know something is up. Fugly still working there in Hut, but Naf is down lower. Taking a lot of damage, but Fugly is able to pick up one on Hiko. Swag killing Naf, and the trade comes in. There's Daps onto Swag, and now it's a 4-on-2 situation, but Daze picks up 2 huge kills, making it a 2-2. Fugly picks up 1 2-on-1 situation. Daze run out of time, but does get that 3rd kill on a Daps. That smoke is in his favor. He might just go and stick it, and he knows he's up against a CZ. There's no ammo left.
Oh, he's got it. He's got it.
Oh, he's definitely got it.
Oh, he doesn't! Oh, Caster's Curse! Oh, wow. Caster's Curse in full effect.
Oh,
Fugly,
man.
with literally a fraction of a second and one bullet to work with, gets the kill. That is such luck, such wow. Many frags.
Mom
10 on the
spaghetti.
board.
My God, Fugly having one heck of a match and just bringing that T-pistol. The hope and the dream is still so real. Shout out to Benny TV in chat. Benny, this is Lex. Love you, darling. And that is an incredible round out of Fugly and Liquid in general. Day's valiant effort, my friend, but score's now 10-6.
Unreal. Someone in chat, Bah, I'm a goat, says I'm not allowed to talk anymore. You know what? He might be right. I'm ruining everything. Every time I open my mouth to call something, it goes the other way. So, we'll see if I can continue that trend. Maybe I'll just say the opposite of what I hope happens. Of course, I have no hopes, no bias. I love both these teams. I've met them both on multiple, well, not multiple, but on separate occasions, and they both got skill, they both got personality, and Nafly shows off a bit of both as he takes down Skadoodle with a Galil of all things from the top of Twinkie, and Adren's going to join him up there as well, so... Oh, but Swag's outside! Swag might get both, he does! Nafly dropped down a bit careless there as they both looked away, and Swag was very sneaky and cheekily, we'll say, out by that T-Red. Now it's all going to be upstairs where the action happens. Liquid's going to walk in, of course, working with those guns. It doesn't matter that Swag showed some style because they've all dropped down in the end, and 11 on the board. Liquid at least are going to potentially get to their 12 rounds, and then they've got to fight, and then it's a game. It's going to be a nail-biter all the way to the end at that point.
Yeah, I think, you know, if we do work this out, because I don't want to speak too soon, but if it's 12-6 at the end of this round, we're going to have one heck of a match on our hands. 12-6 is a great place to be for either team, I think, moving forward, because CT side, your outlook on life is this. We have a long way to go. We have 10 straight rounds that we need to win to seal a victory, but we're on CT side Nuke. What could go wrong? As a T, you're saying 4 rounds left. We just need to grind this out, keep them from stacking money, and it's going to be the easiest win ever. What both these teams are thinking right now is... we just gotta hit our shots, we gotta execute correctly, and we gotta... Oh my God. Fugly and Adren both picking up kills on a Swag and Dazed. Moving down lower towards, well, back towards the vents it looks like. And they're just seeking to clear everything before they force a plant. Probably the smart decision, but they have not suffered a loss yet, and they want to keep it that way. And Fugly moving towards that ramp. Bomb is on Nitro, and he is going for the plant in just a moment. Smoking off that toxic side. He does not know. Well, there it is. Hiko dropping from vents. Skadoodle trades on the daps and gets himself an AK.
Knife.
So AZK picking up a knife kill.
He just sat back, waited, watched from control room, and they didn't even check him off as he came through the window.
That's what I was going to say, is he does not know that AZK's over there in control, but eventually he gets taken out by Nav, and Skadoodle's going to save that AK, so...
Important to note, though, that yes, they've got their standard 3 rounds from winning the pistol. This puts them to 12. They've doubled up. They're still on the hard side. They've lost a lot of guns in doing so. They're down to 3, make it 2. Fugly dies to the bomb blast there. So they've lost 3 guns this time. Last round they lost 2. They're still fragile. They haven't stretched out a really big lead from their 3 rounds. They've just put rounds on the board.
And unfortunately for them, even if they... I mean, if you win this next round as a T, you know, you send GX back to the back burner and you break their bank to an extent that, you know, you're not necessarily going to force an eco. They could probably force again the next round, but you're building your own. And you're right, they're being whittled down round by round as far as, you know, stacking money for that future rounds. You know, they're giving it to GX and they're losing it themselves. So a fast upper take perhaps here. And Nitro picking one on a Daze. It's a huge entry kill, and he's not even at a squeaky yet. And we're going to see whether or not they can get escape, and that's Naf on a Swag. Caught him behind that second vent there. And now it's a 5-on-3. AZK, Hiko, and Skadoodle with it all to do against 5 terrorist members, and they haven't even taken a bomb site yet.
Nice shot, AZK, though, getting aggressive at ramp. Actually gets a double because Fugly was a little bit lackluster in his attention span, excuse me, as he watched his teammate die and did nothing about it. Now Adren will eventually respond. And Naf will get Hiko, so they aren't down and out of it just yet. Liquid still in it, but Skadoodle's got his AWP, and he's got a heck of a lot more HP to work with, 12 and 24 to work with. I'm sure they've got to have made those calls, so it could only be pistol shots if he wanted to. He's still going to hold on to the op. As he works upstairs, they do have the bomb to work with. Skadoodle's not sure which way they're going because it's been long enough now they could pick either bomb site, but here's the beauty of Nuke. There's all you have to do to check both. Up and down the ladder, Jack in the box, and they're going to smoke it off upper. That's going to give it away. That smokes off Mini, though, not exactly where Skadoodle is, and Skadoodle's going to come right up, spots him. Oh, misses! Can you believe it? But that nade might get both! That nade gets both! Skadoodle double kill Pokeball of all Pokeballs gets both of them, and that's going to make it a round in the books for GX, and I'm sure Skadoodle was confused because he sat there stunned that killed both of them.
Words. I lacked them. That was like the perfect sequence of events for everything to go wrong. Skadoodle stuck in vents with an op. Okay, first of all, not a good spot to be. Gets out of vent, has a clear shot, misses, and then throws a yellow nade that just... It's like all your dreams and hopes come true in a 1v2, that they just casually disappear because you threw a grenade, and that's just a perfect play from him. I'd like to say that there was a hell of a lot of skill involved, but frankly, he got a little lucky there. And now it's 12-7, GX picking up their first CT side round, and that halts the win streak from Liquid, and Daze just spammed the crap out of NAF on Twinkie. Props to him, that was a intelligent spam.
The other aspect, just to go back to that, is when they're that low on health and they know they're in that one-on-two situation, spread out. I mean, a nade can kill you. I mean, I'm sure they're rushing in through hut. They are close together, but they both went to the front side of the Twinkies. If one had gone to back site, they were clear of it. So.
Right, and they probably weren't necessarily thinking about a plant because you have an Opera and you know exactly where he is. You got him in the open. They probably were moving both to push Skadoodle and just got caught right in the face with that nade. So now it's a 5v4 situation. Liquid, see if they can get it done.
And Skadoodle, the man of the last round, now sits at Turnpike, gonna pop out, take down Daps, so they're walking away with this round as Daze now is also into Nitro. And I said it, they got those standard 3 rounds, but when the guns come out, it was all to play for. We're at 12-7, and with only Fugly and Adren left, we might be more than that before this is over. Fugly's back in hut, or pardon me, in lobby though, when he pops out one as he comes through Squeaky. That's swag. Now he's gonna walk into upper, gets Skadoodle as well. That's off down, almost gets Hiko, but Hiko gets the kill in the end. And there's no response from Adren. I thought if he came through Squeaky he might, but he didn't. He's fallen back and the time's expired, and that was a smart choice because there was no way, even if he got one, that he would get them all. And he's going to hold on to the AWP.
Yeah, gets out of there by the skin of his teeth. He does have armor and an op, which on an eco round can prove to be deadly. I think for the most part you're going to see some pistols on Liquid, but not much else. Perhaps a nade set. Well, nade set on Adren, so if they were going to do some sort of upper take, it would probably come right here as he has smoke, flash, nade, and he's going outside. So scratch that, working towards Twinkie with that op, see if he can get an entry outside. I just wanted to point something out. If it came down, I mean, Skadoodle doesn't have an op on him right now, right? So he's probably not going to see an immediate outside peek. As an opper, this is like you know, on a gun round, you're seeking an op fight, you want people to peek you. When you're on an eco, and you have an op for whatever reason, and you're just looking to get an entry, there's like no better scenario than to be peeked by another opper, and there it is, Skadoodle picking Adren. So, what I was about to say is, as soon as GX peaks, Adren's going to have a lot in his hands, and he needs to get a kill.
They're going to work it toward ramp, though. AZK has the M4 advantage over the pistols, gets one onto Nitro. Daps tries to push through, and at least see if he can find someone at hell, but AZK gets Nafly as he works solo down the ramp in the meantime, and that's going to wrap up the round as Skadoodle will get Fugly. So, an eco round, or pardon me, an anti-eco win. It's going to be 12-9, GX clawing back into it, and it's getting grim, it's getting close. I mean, it's a 3-round lead, but that's nothing at this point.
Yeah, and money still is not great on the Liquid side. Working for an outside ramp split. I mean, they set the op out there with one guy, hoping for a pick. Skadoodle picking up 2, Azonic picking up 3 at ramp. Sorry, AZK picking up 3 at ramp. And, you know, it's one of those things where ecos on this map, you don't have high expectations. Very rarely do you just win an eco outright on any map. But this is T-side nuke. You're supposed to run into a slaughter. You just hope somebody comes out on the other side, picks up a kill or 2, shaves some money off that CT bankroll, and maybe gets a gun, makes some magic happen. But this is probably going to be 12-10 for, excuse me, for Liquid by the end of this round, as they are all going down lower. See whether or not anything can happen.
We'll see if they all get picked off because they've already got one down. That's swag into Daps as he crossed by, but Nafly with that Tech 9 wrapping all the way around. Will get AZK, picks up that M4 to work with it now as well, and he will get another shot as Adren gets dazed as well, so they've now got the advantage on this eco, and this could be crucial as Nitro's now going to get eco. He's the only one upstairs still, as Skadoodle will drop him down, and Skadoodle does have his customary AWP to work with, but he's in a 1-on-3 situation. And as time ticks away, what a shot as he comes around the corner, takes down Adren. He still knows the bomb's ticking. He knows one's back towards Secret. He's going to get on it and try and hold it. He does have a kit. Nafly's there, though. Not a chance that he can go any further with that. So when eco comes out for Team Liquid, that gives them 14, and it is actually going to hurt the economy quite a bit. They can still get some guns out on the CT side, but is that enough to push them over the edge, potentially?
Sorry, I was just addressing chat, my frustration about the caster's curse. I don't...
I love it. I just saw it pop up.
I don't even know, man. Like, this whole match has been an incredible one so far, an honor to cast it. But I almost don't want to open my mouth, because every time I say something, the opposite is due to happen. So, honestly, I don't even know what the question was. But Liquid here just playing
whether or
phenomenal.
not this is enough, where they won that eco to get them to 13. If they can get to, I mean, it's still nuke. You can never count your chickens before they count the eggs before they hatch. You know what I mean?
Well, that was a critical round for one reason. It bought them essentially two extra rounds and the ability to buy, yeah, for rounds to come. It killed their round win bonus. But what it didn't do is it didn't just, you know, grind the rounds down in GX's favor. Now they can afford to, you know, if they lose this round, no big deal. We'll buy again, and we only need 3 rounds. I mean, that's just the mindset that you got to have where, you know, not every round is going to go your way on this map. It's just not. Like, no matter how good you are. It's just not going to happen.
Speaking of good, there's some skill as Skadoodle pops up, picks up his second on the round. And now it's Nafly that's all by his lonesome, trying to work down the stairs in secret. Not able to do much more than 1 kill. Skadoodle now hat-trick onto Dapson as Nafly walks back out. Oh, Nafly got the better of it. Nice shot with the AK, but with no HP left to work with, Hiko's going to walk around from mini, fire away, take him down, and now that's double digits for both teams, 13-10. It's still extremely close, but you're right, there's still money to work with. Not a lot, though, on the T side. They should force this, and they will, eventually.
Yeah, I just wanted to state for the record that chat is calling for my firing.
I don't blame them.
If the boat puns earlier weren't going to get me fired, well, we'll yet to see on that. But I think, honestly, I can get through a few jinxing. In fact, Binny TV says, Lex is love, Lex is jinx. Binny, love you, darling.
I haven't had the pleasure to meet Binny yet. Still waiting for that moment.
You haven't met Binny?
I have not. I haven't been in a pug with her. I haven't seen her stream. I have seen her stream, but I haven't been able to chat much because I was on my phone. But that'll come another day, hopefully. So... Skadoodle working up toward heaven with his op. Nitro's going to rotate back around outer, try and find another angle to approach this situation in this particular round, as there's a minute left, and it looks like actually a lot of the Liquid members are heading in that direction. 4, make it 5, in fact, as they're going to work outside of the backside of Twinkie. They're going to smoke it off and essentially rush. I don't know if they're going to wrap toward upper at this point. Just take a peek as C. They could actually get free right to passage into secret. There would be a rotate from Swag quickly, and with 2 on ramp, I'm sure they would drop through in no time. But they're not there. They haven't made the decision. They can't find anything. And I think they're a little bit hesitant. And sometimes the saying goes, he who hesitates loses. So not taking that open invitation outside, though. That said, Nitro's out there. Nitro's pushed all the way up. So Nitro should have the information that, you guys, they're not out here. They're going to be inside somewhere. So we got to make a decision quickly. But they're going to rush it out hot. They're going to rush it out squeaky. And they're going to drop in the spot as they come through. And Swag, Hiko, and Skadoodle all pick up a kill. Daps manages to get back into 1. But Dave's still up in the rafters. Will come into him. So everyone except AZK on the board with a kill. We'll see if he can potentially find this one. As never mind, Swag's going to get Nitro. That'll do it. All 5 players. Oh, I take that back. I lied. He goes down. I missed that. But nonetheless, a great round from GX. 13-11. It's close. It's a save. This is going to go 13-12 potentially. I don't know. This isn't over.
Yeah, I mean, if you called for a nail biter earlier, here it is. I mean, this is going to be, well, if, hypothetically speaking, before I jinx everything and I get thrown out of the building, if perhaps one of these teams were on an eco and won that eco, you know, I would be wrong. But I don't think it's going to happen. It happens every once in a while, and sometimes I jinx it when I say things like that. That said, 13-11, GX on the comeback. You know, they have money saved up. Liquid's forced to a save. Waiting outside that ramp, they're going to pop through the smoke. And unfortunately for them, Ozonic waiting on the other side of that smoke. Adren with a TK on a Fugly, that's no bueno. The AZK picking up
Oh my god, AZK
third.
has 4 already. Make it a 3, I guess, because of the TK, but he had him lined up. Daps gets the final kill. That was a great play by him. Just sat on headshot box, and they couldn't counter him at all. So 13-12, 1 round the difference. I called 16-14 GX. I apologize, Team Liquid, but that was my confession in it.
Quick score update. We have Roka in the chat. Valiant effort, my friend. Elevate lost to Denial just now, 16-14.
Yep.
Oh my god. LP Kane. I have no words.
Yeah, so.
Did you see that in Skype? Anyway.
I did see that in Skype. Congratulations.
13-12, Liquid with the... Honestly, this is like... Pressure's on now. I mean, you didn't have it earlier in the half. You got a round out of it, a lucky one perhaps. And now it's 13-12. There's no more rounds to grind out. GX is 4 rounds away from a victory. You need to pick one up right here.
Well, you're right. It's got to be now. I mean, it's the driver's seat is firmly occupied right now by GX. There's no question. And then Liquid being a younger, inexperienced, or less experienced team, I should say, the pressure's on, and they've got to learn to deal with this amount of pressure. I mean, they are a top organization now, potentially a top team, and they definitely have the option to get into these matches, but they've got to find ways to close them, as they only need 3 more rounds. Daze still back in Big Garage, doesn't spot out the fact that Daps and Adren have already pushed past into Secret. Meanwhile, AZK over at Ramp does get Fugly. Nafly is going to get Dazed, though, so now they've got outer control entirely locked down, but they need to sustain it. They need to find some ability to exploit one of the bomb sites. Skadoodle up on top of Heaven's going to find Nitro as he crosses over, so now it's back to the advantage of GX. They are going to continue working inside Secret, though. Swag's inside Toxic. Going to leave that door open. Just hold that angle on the adjacent door. A nice shot there. Swag will get Adren, and now inside Radio, or pardon me, Control. Daps gets 1 before dropping to AZK. Nafly's on the board now as well, but it's all on him. And we are going to be looking at a tie game. AZK gets the kill. That's going to do it.
Yeah, Naf picking up 1 huge frag outside, but it was not enough. I mean, Nuke is one of those maps, when you're working on T side, either you run a fast rush strat, you take something quickly, and you go for a bomb plant, and that's how you try to win the round. Or you run a default, and you see some form of map control. And they got it outside. They had it. They were up on Twinkie. They were pushed to Secret. They went down Secret. But map control does not necessarily mean site control. And until you actually have the ability to plant the bomb and clear a site, you know, you haven't really gained anything besides the ability to move between the sites. So 13-13, Liquid had the right idea that last round, but that was unfortunate for them that they were not able to close out. And now they are forced to another, well, pretty much an eco, as they have armor on Fugly, Daps, and Naf, but not much else in the way of weapons. And GX just rolling in the dough. Hiko with that auto shotty. He loves that thing.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen it more after how well we saw him play with it the other night on this map. And, yeah, he is in that same position up close by the hut. They're going to smoke it out, so he'll be in this prime spot to try and get the shot. He gets 1, he gets 2. Hiko is unbeatable in this position with this gun. He looks for the 3rd, does actually get it onto Nafly, but Daps will put him down in the end. But it's all on Adren in a 1-on-4 situation, so an easy win. GX now take the lead for the first time, and crucially, it's late in the game on the CT side, so things looking very, very grimace right now for the Liquid side. And I'm not sure they can pull this back, if at all.
Well, if you're not sure, stay tuned to this next round, because this is pretty much it. 14-14 would be the scoreline if Liquid were to take it, but if not, you know, they're looking at tie point while broke, and well, essentially match point while broke. And you know, if you're in this situation, you kind of are forced to go for plays that you normally wouldn't want to. Maybe that is like, you know, as a player, your mindset is, I need to make a play. I need to play safe, though. I need to stay alive, and that is not what's going through Naf's head at all, as he's overpeaking Skadoodle there. Falls to him behind that CT red box, and they are already down a man in what could be a pivotal match point for GX.
AZK is still over at the ramp as well in his spot that's given him such success so far in this match, and he's going to get some smokes in there from his teammate. Now, Dazed out below Twinkie. This is interesting because Fugly is still over to his right, and I don't think they know he's there. There's no smoke to indicate he's pushed up. It's late in the round now. He can just sit out and wait. So it should be at least 1 kill for him if he plays it right. We'll see if he does, but Well, I guess it's only one kill if someone goes that way, and Fugly's actually going to fall back, so maybe it'll amount to nothing as Hiko now is going to work with Swag, trying to find out where they are in the lobby. Swag gets the shot on Adren as they cross over, and now they will rotate back and try and find him out, but he's fallen off into the corner. He's got that protection. Fugly doesn't make the difference of it, though, as he walks through and will take him down. And now we sit 3-on-4, make it 3-on-2, make it, well, 3-on-2. I apologize. I had it wrong the first time, but maybe I was just thinking that far ahead. As Fugly now into Daze will even it up, so it's still to play for. 17 seconds, though, on the clock. Daps has the bomb, and he's got to make quick work of it and try and plant it. He does try and do so, but Hiko's already there as he pops out the vent and will get the kill. So 15 now. Match point for GX. And just before we conclude, don't forget, subscribers, you have a chance to win an M4 Dragon King tonight. We'll do that giveaway immediately after the match as we discuss all of the action. But Lex, man, Team Liquid not able to close it out, and perhaps it comes down to the end of that first half when they just gave up those 5 rounds.
My hands are shaking, my palms are sweaty, and you might say that if you're Team Liquid, there is vomit on your sweater already. And what do you say to that? One shot, all you got, 15-13, Mom Spaghetti, let's go. See if they can bring it back here. Skidoodle working that catwalk, he spots one outside. Not able to get the shot off, but he does have the intel that they could be working towards that mini garage. And all across the map we have action. Daze picking one up on a Daps. Daze fighting through that smoke.
A really neat smoke grenade as well on the hut. So
neat. That's alright. Neat. Interesting word choice to describe. This is warfare, grenade. Man. Nothing is neat here. Hiko picking up 2 auto shotty kills before being dropped by Nitro. Nitro, listen, man. No big deal. But this is a 1v4. I believe in you. You can do this.
Former teammates that lined it up. Not going to happen.
Yeah, and that ship has sailed. Swag picking up that last one up on the Nitro, and that is the final scoreline, 16-13. And that is going to do it. Good games to both teams. GX coming out on top over Team Liquid.
So that will do it for the evening of our broadcast as well. But before we do sign off, I mean, what could have changed? What could have gone better? Obviously, Liquid gave up those 2 particular rounds. Those are still the stats from before the game. Those will be updated in just one quick second. So, yeah, no, I mean, it's dissect it. I mean, it was those 5 rounds. They gave them up. It was 9-0, and then they start to slip just a little bit on that T side, or pardon me, that CT side, and they give iBuyPower obviously just enough rounds to get back into it because it was close all the way through to the end. What could have gone better on their T side, or was that not the blame? Was it actually just, like I say, those 5 rounds? Well,
I'll tell you what, like, when you have a shaky CT side, it wasn't necessarily shaky. They had 9 in a row. They were doing something right, and they just got countered a bit, and they lost 6 straight. So they worked in, got the T pistol, excuse me, and they are sitting in a position where they're kind of losing round by round by round. And they actually pick up that eco. Do you remember that eco? That was a huge round. We thought it was going to be shifting the momentum. And that very next round, they came back and had that 1-on-2 where they had Skidoodle dead to rights outside of that vent. And he threw that miracle nade and won the round. I mean, when you break your money like that.
That's actually true, yeah, because if they had got that one, it would have been 4 rounds. They would have broke the CTs. So that nade might have been the game. You're right.
And honestly, they had to go on eco that very next round. And they might have forced up. But in any case, I mean, your money is not looking good. They lost the next round, and momentum has completely shifted back in the favor of GX. And if you're sitting in that position as a terrorist, and you have to force more rounds than you would like, or you're forced to eco more than what a conventional just 3-and-out, lost pistol round, buy round, save round kind of a deal, if you're having these off buy rounds where you're forcing up, and you're kind of messing with your own money, and you win an eco, it's almost counterproductive to win that eco. And I'm not saying that every round counts, obviously, but when you're building up your money, if you're not winning consecutive rounds on these CT-sided maps, it's so difficult. You have to rely on individual play and precise takes with limited nade structure. So you don't have full nade sets, and you're trying to take up real quick. It's not going to happen.
Just quickly, I'm going to throw up, just quickly, not to interrupt, I'll come back to you. There's your stats on the match for both of their matches on Nuke combined. So the top fragger overall is Hiko. That auto shoddy skill. I'm going to do the giveaway quickly, then we're going to come back to you and let you finish out your thoughts. That's the gun, guys. It looks friggin' awesome. That's a wicked looking M4, I'm not going to lie. So the giveaway code will be ESEA, and I'm going to go ahead and set the keyword right now. So let's do that. All right, go nuts.
Me or them?
You can go nuts. They can go nuts. We can all go nuts. Go ahead and type in ESEA in chat, guys, and you'll be entered into the skin giveaway. So yeah, back to what you were saying. You got to string consecutive rounds apart. The money bonus actually swung from full effect one way all the way back the other way on the first half of the T side when iBuyPower got those rounds. But who in particular could have played better? I noticed interestingly that GX, I keep calling them iBuyPower. I know that free product placement. My apologies. The interesting thing is they didn't play someone outside quite as much as I would have thought. I've seen Skadoodle play that so much, but they actually played a quick rotation strategy. Liquid did it a little bit too, but they weren't quite as, prone to playing in the big garage. And I don't know what your take on that is, but it seems to be something that's a little bit newer in the strategy lately.
Yeah, I mean, the fear a lot of the times is wall of smokes and quick mini takes. So it's almost more advantageous. I kind of was mentioning earlier in the earlier matches, when you play players dedicated outside and they're far from rotations, it's very, very difficult in the event of any kind of upper take or mini take to actually be of any use to your team. So a lot of times you see people playing mini, see them playing tires with rifles, and actually just kind of playing prevent defense rather than contesting outside wholeheartedly. I actually think the stat line right here, and AZK and Fogly with 28 frags, AZK with 32, just going absolutely ham. And across the board, pretty even for GX and Liquid, respectively. Days sitting at 13 and 20, didn't have his greatest match, but Daps at 10 and 24. You look at the scoreline, and if you're going to draw conclusions from stats, you're wrong. Daps was a lone upper and had poor rotations from his teammates during that 6-round loss streak, if you remember that correctly. I mean, there was like 2 different rounds where GX took upper with almost no contest. I mean, it was just Daps alone getting flashed and having to face 3 terrorists at a time with no help. That's just one of those things where, you can see who really shined and who really came out of their shell and put on a performance and who didn't. But there's always that asterisk at the end of a stat line as to why that might be. And that's just something that I think Liquid will have to work on in their nuke setups moving forward. They've already played, I believe, both their nuke matches, so you won't. They're 0-2 to start the season with losses to Cloud9 and GX, but that is a strong team moving forward, and I think we'll see more of them. And these matchups against both those teams, respectively, are going to come back again, and I'm sure perhaps the scoreline will be different next time. But both these teams are growing with new rosters, and overall, I think the skill cap for not only these 2 teams, but just North American teams in general, has been raised significantly in the last few months. And sky's the limit on how good we can get as a continent as far as competing with Europeans goes. But first we got to compete against each other, and that is, again, 16-13 in favor of GX.
So that said, I'm going to throw up half a song because we talked for long enough. There's 105 people, 106 now in to win that skin. Don't forget ESEA, all you got to type, and it'll put you in for a chance to win that awesome M4 that you see here in the background. So get in on it, guys, and in just about 30 seconds time, we'll go ahead and roll that.
You're not going to sing?
No, that's done. That was a one-time deal. I made that very clear. So 1 second, guys, and we'll give that away.
A 1, a 2, a 3. That's up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off. You're asking someone from the mountain time zone. It's a math problem every time I try to figure that out.